Hello, hello, hello. People seem to like the hello, hello, hello. I don't know why. When I don't do it, people are like, why didn't you do the hello, hello, hello? So, there you go. It is kind of chilly outside tonight. It's 60 degrees, but it feels colder than that. So I had the heat on in the car. Now it's kind of toasty warm. Fall is, it's like during the day it's weird. Today was warm, but not super warm. And it feels like fall is coming early. It's in Indiana. But we sometimes have, where is my honey? Oh, here it is, my Tupelo honey lip balm. We sometimes have a, shoot, I can't remember what that's called. When when you have like a summer day, but it's late in the fall. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like in November, and it'll be like 80. What is that called? Why can't I think of what that's called? So anyway, it's late. It is 4:21 a.m. And I fell asleep early with Alex. And now I'm kind of wide awake. And I have a ton of things I have to do tomorrow. So I can't sleep in tomorrow. Which means I'm going to vlog and then I'm going to go home and go right to sleep. I wanted to watch an episode of Orange is the New Black. Well, I know what's going to happen now is I'm going to get home and I'm not going to be able to fall asleep because that's what happens when I get up in the middle of the night. My plan had been one of the nights this week to like go to bed with Alex and have my vlog done for the day. I might try to do that tomorrow night, but the problem is we have his grandma's birthday party tomorrow night. I think we're going out to dinner or something for it, so he didn't really know the final plans for it yet, but that's tomorrow night after he gets off work sometime. And so yeah. But that way I could get like, go to sleep at a reasonable hour and get like 8 or 9 hours of consistent sleep. I was sleeping so good, you guys. I was having like weird dreams though again. They weren't like nightmares or bad dreams. I just was having weird dreams. So I am going to horror. People say I say that word funny. I know how I say it. I know I don't say horror. But I'm going to Horror Hound Festival this weekend. I'm going Saturday. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I read you guys all of like who's going to be there last night. But I'm just going Saturday with Melissa and Jason. Well, I'm actually going to meet them there. I'm going to leave when they leave. I just want to, or drive down there and leave when they leave. I just want to be able to have my car in case I want to stay longer or leave earlier than they want to or something like that. So that is Saturday. Alex is going, he has to like work in the morning. He has like meetings and stuff. And then he is going to a wedding that evening with his friend. He's her date. So I'm going to be doing that with Jason and Melissa. If I stay there for the whole thing, we'll probably go to dinner afterwards. And, I was just thinking about this. I don't know how I'm going to have to get up like early and make some videos and some things for the day. What I was going to do is that was going to be my video for that day. Was me going to Horror Hound Festival. Oh well, I just won't make videos that day or something, I guess. But I'm really, really excited about it. I was kind of like getting a little worried because I really wanted to go. And usually with situations like this, I'll be like, if I can't get a ticket at the last minute, I'll just be like, oh well, never mind, next year. And I was like, no, damn it, like I want to go, right? So I'm trying to find a ticket. Melissa's telling me to contact this guy that's like in charge of the whole thing, but like I'm sure he's like super busy. So like all of the tickets, like all the VIP, and the ticket range is really actually pretty cheap. It's like $30 for a pre-sale ticket for a day, and then it's like $60 for the whole weekend pre-sale, just regular tickets, and then it's like $120 or something VIP, which just means you get like speedy access and whatever. Well, when I went, I just wanted to buy a day pass for Saturday. See, now it's cold in here. I just wanted to buy a day pass for Saturday. But I thought Melissa was VIP, which she's not. She just got like a regular ticket. I guess they got VIP last year because Jamie Lee Curtis was there, and they went and like listened to her speak and all this kind of, which I guess anybody can do. They can listen to the panels. So I'm like trying to get this specific kind of ticket, and then I was talking to Melissa today, and she's like, well, we just have a regular ticket. She's like, just go with us. So she's like, you can buy a day pass. And I said, well, I don't want to get down there and then like they've sold out of day passes. And she's like, well, how much is a weekend pass? And I said, a pass for the whole weekend is $60. I said, I'm just going to buy a pass for the whole weekend. And then if I end up deciding to go down there on Sunday, which I'm not going to, I'm just going to go down there on Saturday. So I ended up buying a weekend pass, it came to like $62, $62.50, I think, or something like that with tax. So I am going to go to that on Saturday. I'm really excited about that. I will be there on Saturday. I've actually had quite a few people that have contacted me, like via Twitter and Instagram, that have been like, I'm going to be there on Saturday. I can't wait to meet you. Melissa's like, now you have to wear something like a little horror movie-ish. And I'm like, okay, like I don't know what that is. Like I have a Michael Myers t-shirt, but it's way too snug on me right now. So I'll probably just wear this hat and a black t-shirt. There's my scary costume for the horror movie festival. You guys, I'm really excited about it. I probably like have watched the Scream franchise more than any other movies I've watched, and I've probably seen The Craft. I mean, I bet I have played it in the background of what I'm doing at least 30 or 40 times, no lie. Next to that would be The Goonies and Jaws. But I don't like to play Jaws a lot in the summer, even though I do, because then I don't want to go swimming, but I'll still do it, but I don't like to do it. I was just thinking about this where I said on my vlog the other night that we weren't going to plan any more trips out for the rest of the year, but we are kind of thinking about planning on going to Denver to visit Susie. I had forgotten about that. So that's going to be kind of like a last minute thing if we end up doing that. I need to call her and see like how realistic that is and what would be like good dates for us to come out there and stuff like that. So, yep. But that would be like a long weekend. And if I went out there, I also need to talk to Elle Leary, because she lives out there and I really want to like connect with her if I'm out there. Like I don't want to go if she's not going to be there, because that's one of the reasons why I want to go out there too, is to see her. Let's see, what else? Today, okay, so we thought that today was Boo and Tucker's, you know, like 10-year birthday, and Alex kept on telling me, he was like, you know, he goes back and forth between like, oh, it's the birthday, oh, it's the day that we brought them home, oh, it's the birthday. So it was funny because on my Facebook today, it came up and it showed the picture, and it was 10 years ago today, that we brought them home. And actually, here, if I remember, I will insert the picture somewhere here so you guys can see it. This is the picture of us like bringing them home. Aren't they so cute? And this is when I talk about them sleeping like with their heads over each other and hugging, like this is how they still do it. Is that not so sweet? Tucker's the one in the front and Boo's the one in the back. You can tell because Boo has the brown around his eyes and he still has the brown around his eyes. They are the sweetest babies. If it wasn't for Tucker's bark, like Tucker barks so loud. If it wasn't for Tucker's bark, I think Tucker might be like the sweetest baby in the entire world. Like, well, Pee-Pee is my best friend. I mean, he's just my best friend of life, you know? And Boo Radley is super sweet too, but Boo Radley is just very independent and does his own thing. And like we can all be sitting there watching TV and I'll be curled up on the couch and the chair and stuff like that, and he'll go downstairs to his house and just go sit in his house. Like he likes to be by himself. And so he's just very independent. Tucker's very needy, he's very clingy, but he's such a loud barker. I mean, if I even start walking towards the back door, he just is like, oh, I mean, it's super loud. And Tanya even says, like, at the kennel, like, he's super loud. It's so cute because he comes home because he's barked all week long at the other dogs. He's, like, so hoarse. He hardly has a voice. Poor little guy. So it was there 10 years ago today. We brought them home. And it's so crazy. I remember that day like it was yesterday. I kind of felt like it was like this weird connection because, okay, so what happened was Alex called me and was like, I found these dogs. And they were in Seymour, Indiana, which is where my ex was from. And so we drove down there. Well, okay, so my friend Scotty, the one that recently passed away, he worked for a while at Seymour Tubing. I mean, he worked at Seymour Tubing the entire time that, like, he and I were friends. And so I had gone to Seymour Tubing like a million times and picked him up for, like, when we were gonna go, like, on a weekend, like at a, you know, casino or going on a little weekend trip or whatever. So when you go up over this overpass, you come around and, like, Seymour Tubing is right there. Well, the street to go to the dog's house was, like, right there. I was like, this is so weird, right? So we went in, and the woman that we got the dogs from was so nice. I had no idea, you guys, how much these dogs were going to be because she didn't have listed, like, on the website or anything how much they were. So, I mean, I had no clue how much they were going to be. And I think I had taken out, like, some crazy amount of money. I think I had taken, like, $1,000 out or something, and I had it in my pocket. And we were only planning on getting one dog, which is kind of part of the magic of the whole story. Like, we had even talked about it, and I was like, do we want each of us to get a dog? And Alex was like, no, we have PP, you know, and we don't need it. Like, he's my dog, and we don't need another dog, and, you know, whatever. And that was like, you know, like, we've been together 11 years, so that was Alex and I together a year. You know, we hadn't, like, I wasn't as close as, I mean, I was close with PP, but I wasn't as close with him as I am, like, now. I mean, I'm with PP all day long. We sleep in together, we stay up late together, you know, whatever. So I was like, okay. So we go down there, and we, like, walked in, and she was like, the woman was telling us, she was like, her friend, so she had a friend that bred, okay, this is weird. So PP's a Chihuahua, you have to remember, and we know this, right? And so her friend bred Chihuahuas. But her dog, who was a Chihuahua, had a litter that day, and she had died during, like, you know, childbirth, or whatever you would call that with dogs. So she had given birth to all these puppies, and then she had died. So there was, like, these, like, 6 Chihuahua puppies. They were so little, you guys. And so she said she brought the puppies over, and they were feeding on Boo and Tucker's mom. And so we go in, and this woman's, like, sobbing because, like, her dog died, and it's, like, in this little room. They were so nice, you guys, these 2 women. And they were, like, best friends, and they had bred these dogs together. And so Boo and Tucker's dad was a Maltese, and the mom was a Papillon. And then they had this, like, baby crib sitting up, not crib, but you know what I'm talking about, like one of those things, sitting up kind of on the floor. And we walk in, and the first thing we see is all these Chihuahua puppies, like, feeding off of this Papillon. And she had, like, real long hair, too. She looked a lot like Boo Radley. But, like, when Boo Radley has long hair. And, so we walked over to we couldn't believe it. It was like all these little Chihuahua babies were, like, you know, on her. And then we, like, look in, and Alex and I are both like, Boo and Tucker were 2 of the cutest babies I've ever seen in my entire life. And, so the woman was like, you can pick them up. And I immediately went for Boo Radley. And he was definitely the runt. I mean, he just was, I thought he was adorable because he wasn't like normal, adorable looking baby. You know, he wasn't like the cutest. He just kind of looked a little awkward and different, but I love that in anything. I love when they look a little different. And so I picked him up. I was like, oh my God. And Alex immediately, no, we both said something like at the same time, like, isn't he so cute? And Alex meant Tucker and I meant Boo Radley. And so we like picked him up, and Tucker was so cute. Tucker had this little mohawk, okay, and his ears stuck up like this, and it was so cute. They were both so cute. And so we picked him up, and like, I still tell this story to the dogs. Alex always laughs when I tell him this. I was telling the dogs this tonight. So we picked up Boo and Tucker, and we're standing there holding them, and their mom is like, she's like growling at us, right? And the woman that we're getting the dogs from, she's like, they won't hurt your babies. They're gonna be nice to your babies. They won't hurt your babies. And we didn't. I still tell them that story. And I'm like, and then we brought you home and you became our babies, and you've been here ever since. And then tonight I was like, I was doing like Boo Radley's voice, and he was like, Boo Radley kind of like sat back like he didn't understand. And he goes, no, I've been here my whole life. I think I was born in this bedroom. And I said, you were, Boo Radley, don't worry about it. You were born. Alex was just shaking his head like, you're such an idiot. I was like, I said, Boo Radley, where did you hear the story that you were born here and you've lived here all your life? And he goes, oh, don't even worry about it. Tucker told me, and I believe everything Tucker tells me. And I go, well, I think it's probably right. You probably were born here and lived here your whole life. He goes, yeah, I knew it to be true. So anyway, but that was the day that we got the babies. Well, we go into the other room, and so she's like, oh, no. She said to us that day, like, we were standing there, she was like, here's the deal. She was like, they're the last two. And she was like, and this one, and she pointed to Boo Radley, she said, there's something wrong with him. She said he's very slow, and the other one watches over him and is extremely protective. And she's like, I don't know what's wrong with him. She's like, but the other one is like really, really protective of him. If Boo Radley even squeaks, Tucker is like on, like he's like right there, like what's going on to this day. I mean, it's weird. And so, I mean, it's so sweet though. So she said, so here's the deal. If you take one of them, you have to take both of them. She was like, you can't just take one. She was like, they're a package deal. They have to go together. So Alex and I looked at each other. We're like, okay. I mean, we were like so won over by the cuteness. So I was like, okay. So we started walking to the kitchen, like, you know, to kind of do business. And I said, well, how much are they? And she said, $150. And I was like, what? Like, she's only gonna charge us $150 a dog? And I said, they're only $150 each. And she goes, no. She was like, $150 together. She was like, I'll give them both to you for $150. She was like, I just want them to go to a good home, and you guys seem like a really great home, and you're gonna love them. And she was like, yeah. She's like, so I'm like reaching in my pocket trying to get around all the money, right? And so yeah, I think I ended up paying her like $200 for them or something like that. I was just like, here. She was so good. She was so sweet. And so then I remember, because like we had brought this crate of peepees, and the crate was like really small, you know, but we had brought, like, the peepee had from when he was like a puppy or something like that. We ended up giving that crate to somebody. I can't remember who we gave it to, but anyway, so we brought that and this little blanket and stuff. And so we left, and Alex was like they both still fit in the crate, but Alex was like, we should probably stop. And so I remember we went to Walmart. I carried them inside and everything, I think, and got like this little bed for them with these little babies. And then we like took a picture of them like in the passenger seat, and then we put them in the crate, and Alex held the crate the whole way back to Indianapolis. That was such a good day. I was thinking about that today because, like, I remember taking them over to Alex's mom's house, which is where Carlos and Liliana live now. And Fufu, like when we were there, Fufu came in, and I have like pictures of him from that day because he was wearing this like ski hat. It was like this stupid hat, and it was sitting on top of his head. And I remember making fun of him because of this. I was like, Fufu, what is going on with that hat? It looks like you're a Smurf or something. And he was laughing, and he had just been skating. And I was thinking about it, like 10 years ago, Fufu would have been 15. Like, that is so crazy to me. And now we're going out to visit him in San Diego, and he lives with his girlfriend out there, and he's graduated from college. It's so weird how time goes by, you know? Because I can remember he was obsessed with Boo and Tucker. He loved little Tucker's like mohawk. People could not get enough of Tucker when he was little because his ears would do these tricks. So like they would sometimes go down, but as soon as then they would shoot back up, and they were real big. And he had this mohawk that went down. I mean, it was just like his hair just stood straight up in the middle of his head. It was so cute. But it was like he was so like kind of quiet and cowering that he looked like he should be this like tough puppy dog, but he was like just real kind of like quiet. It was so cute. They were so cute. And Boo Radley used to do this thing. We had this like bed curtain thing. Do you know what I'm talking about? What's that called? It's not a bed curtain. You know, that hangs over like on the box springs, because we don't have really box springs now because we have one of those what do you call them, foam mattress beds, but which I totally swear by, those Helix. Ours is a Helix, but they're like Lol, they're like all of those. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like a bed skirt, that's what it's called. So we had like this white, like boxy, like bed skirt around the bottom of our thing at the time. And Boo Radley would hide underneath the bed, and we had carpet underneath there at the time too. God, it seems like so long ago. Forgot we got rid of that horrible, we had this horrible yellow carpet that my mom had, yellow beige, my mom had in there, and we got wood flooring. But anyway, he would hide underneath there, and we'd be like, Boo Radley, Boo Radley. He still to this day does not come when he's called. Like, he doesn't act like he knows his name. I sometimes wonder, like, if he doesn't have a hearing problem, but we've had his hearing tested and they say it's fine. But, like, you can look right at him and he can be, like, 10 feet away. You can go, Boo Radley, Boo Radley, Boo Radley, and he won't come. Like, he doesn't know his name to this day, I don't think. I mean, I'm past saying that. It's kind of sad. The dog is extremely happy and has a great life, so it's not really that sad, you know? I don't know. It's just, he's a happy dog. He just really is. But anyway, we would be like, where's Boo Radley? And then all of a sudden, he would, like, his little nose, all you'd see is, like, his nose and, like, this much of his snout sticking out underneath the bed curtain. He was so cute. And I have all these pictures. I don't know what happened to them. I had all these pictures of him just, like, his nose underneath the bed curtain. Do you guys take pictures of your dogs? Like, literally, my entire phone is all just, like, well, screenshots for my trauma videos. But I went through there and I deleted, like, 2,300, 2,400 pictures of, they were all literally, my whole phone was filled of the James Charles, the Jeffree Stars, the Nikki Tutorials, and the Keitra. I deleted all of that. I was like, I don't want any of this in my phone anymore. I went in there and I deleted every last picture of Jaclyn Hill's lipsticks and everything. I was like, anything that I need, I can find online. I don't need this in my phone. And so now, it's all just pictures of, like, it's like how my camera should be. It's pictures of my family and my dog and my husband and the house and books that I always screenshot. Oh, it's gonna stop, hold on. Okay, I always screenshot books that I want to buy. Like, I was just at the bookstore at the airport, and so I was, like, screenshotting different books that I wanted to buy while I was there. But, like, I'll take pictures of, like, constant pictures of Pee-Pee. Like, today he was, so one of the things that Pee-Pee does, we both, like, sleep on a lot of pillows. I sleep on 2 pillows. Alex actually sleeps on 3. He sleeps with 1 pillow behind and 2 pillows in front. And so when he leaves to go to work in the morning, Pee-Pee, like, climbs underneath the pillows and he gets underneath there like it's like a fort. So, but he positions himself so that he can look at me. So then I'm laying sideways and I'm looking at Pee-Pee and we're looking at each other. We're like 6 inches away. It's so cute, isn't it? Here, I'll pull in here and I'll show you because I got a really good picture this morning. And, you know, he doesn't have any front teeth anymore, so his tongue just always sticks out. And he's so sweet. And, so today, I was, like, half asleep and, like, the pillows like were kind of like folded all together, and I could see him underneath there, but he was faced the other way. He wasn't faced towards me. And then I was laying there, and like all of a sudden I like opened my eyes. I had to grab my camera because I was like, I opened my eyes and he's staring right at me, and I was like, baby, you're staring right at me. He's so sweet. Here, I'll show you. It's such a cute picture. I sent it to Alex. Alex texted me back. He said, oh, I love him. The people are at the Planet Fitness working out already, my lord. It's too early for all that. How about a donut? Okay, y'all want to see the pee-pee picture? It's so cute. Aww. Can you see it? How cute is that baby? Look at that. He's so sweet. Where's the picture? I need to remember to... Did I say I was going to put a picture up here? I can't remember. Oh, yeah, I did. Well, just in case I forget. Here is the picture of Boo and Tucker. Aww, look at them. See, that's Boo in the background. That's Tucker up front. They were so sweet. Okay. There you go. Okay. I reviewed the Cinderella latte today at Starbucks. It was actually really good. I'm reading the comments on the vlog. Harper Adams. Harper, you always mention me in your Instagram. She's so sweet. I've like shared that before, but she's really sweet. Electric Lolita can't wait for the vlog tomorrow because she's driving from Seattle to Portland. What's up, Electric Lolita? Peter just looks like he smells good. Okay, you know what is so funny that you say that is like, I get the compliment all the time. People are like, you always smell so good. I'm really kind of weird about cologne. And so now, because I have been buying so many colognes, I used to always have like 2 bottles of cologne. But I've been buying all this cologne, you guys. And I now have legit like, I think I have like 7 or 8 bottles of cologne. I don't even love all of them, honestly. Love your t-shirt. So many of you guys like that t-shirt. I thought that t-shirt was so corny. I get the impression you have become a sponsor for others. I mean, that's part of working a 12-step program. You need to give yourself more credit for the work you do for helping people like me every single day. This is for Harper Adams. Peter, you save lives. We all need to do. That means so much to me. I really, really appreciate that. I really appreciate the support that you guys give me. I also want to say this, that there are people out there that are doctors, surgeon. I mean, I understand that like people get lonely and my vlogs help them and things like that. I appreciate that and I get that. But there are like so many underpaid teachers out there that are doing some really great work, and all these people that work around the world, and do like mission work and things like that. And I think like me driving in a car is not that, but thank you. Like that means a lot to me, I think the thing that you guys don't really realize is you watching this and allowing me to keep on doing it, because in all honesty, if I was getting 50 views, I mean, I've always said I would do it even if I wasn't getting tons of views, but I don't honestly know that, you know, at 3 years in and 5 channels and driving around for an hour every night, that I would continue to do all of that if I was only getting 50 views. I mean, I probably wouldn't, you know what I mean? So I would do something. I would probably do the drama channel, or I would do the booktube channel or something like that. But would I dedicate as much time and energy to my channels as I do, especially driving around for an hour every night? No, probably not, in all honesty, you know? So thank you for continuing to watch, because what that does is it allows me to continue to make videos, which are extremely cathartic for me. You have no idea how much you help me. I mean, you have no idea. I don't even really know how to explain it. It's like this end of this day, like diary purge kind of thing, you know, that I just get to like talk about. It's nice. It's like so nice that I just get to like do that. And then to have people say to me, you know, like, your stories like keep me not so lonely, or they help me get through hard times, or, you know, like a drive, I listen to it like, you know, like a podcast, you know, whatever. Like, it means the world to me, and I really, really appreciate that. Kim said, you made me laugh out loud when you said thank you after sneezing. I used to do it all the time on here. Diana said, did you go to IU? I was English lit and took several creative writing classes with Professor Woodcock. I loved it. I had the same kind of class you described. No, I went to IUPUI. Which, if you went to IU, you'll know what that is. But it's Indiana University, Purdue University at Indianapolis. No, I didn't. And my master's degree is at IU, but the master's degree in social work program was at Indianapolis, because all of the internships and practicums were in Indianapolis, because all the social service practicums were here in Indianapolis. I don't believe at the time that I got my master's degree that you actually could get your master's degree in social work from Bloomington. Christy Swanson, me and my mom used to watch Flowers in the Attic all the time, said Ruta Tootie. I could not remember what she was in, but she was also in that movie about the diving, I think. Jen said, Orange is the New Black is so sad this season. I cried so much. The horror film festival sounds sad. Orange is the New Black is so sad. Like, I'm really kind of just wanting to get over with it. I'm kind of over it, to be honest. Peter, do you go to your high school reunions and confront these people that bullied you? You should do that. And then Lucy Palmer also said, why don't you ever say what universities you attended? Also, what is your grad degree in? I've actually talked at length on here about what my I went in and did whole videos about what my grad degree is in, and said that I have a master's degree in social work. I think like a week and a half ago did a whole vlog talking about my being at a elementary school. I know I just talked about that on here, and that I've said on here many times that I went to IUPUI and then I got my graduate degree and from IUPUI. So I don't know if you missed those vlogs, but no, I have no intention of going to my, but thank you, Lucy, for the questions. I have no intention of going to, my reunions and confronting these people. Actually, it's a good question. It's a good story. I'll talk about that in just a second. Let me go through here and see what else some people have said. Angie's World said, I blew through our true crime book for this month in one day. It's so good. I'm just kind of like, I've read these before. I'm like, see if there's anything that I wanted to respond to. Layla said, Horror Hound Festival. I know I can't say the word, okay? Okay, this is so funny to me. So, Angie's Book Saga said, happy birthday, Boo Bradley and Tucker. Okay, what cracks me up about this, especially since your name is Angie's Book Saga, is that I cannot tell you how many people call Boo Radley Boo Bradley, okay? I get so many messages from people. We must have like the most confusing dog names in the whole world. So Angie, I'm saying this in all joking, but it cracks me up. Okay, it's Boo Radley, okay? Boo Radley from To Kill a Mockingbird. Somebody commented on my video the other day, and their dog's name is Arthur Radley, which actually is Boo Radley. His name is Arthur Boo Radley. Like, they called him Boo, but his name was Mr. Arthur Radley. And, correct? Yes. So anyway, it cracks me up when people say Boo Bradley. I don't know why, but I think that would be such a great name for a dog, actually. Boo Bradley. Okay. I don't know why this cracked me up, that Katie Cat said. He played the mean, shorter guy in Hocus Pocus, and me said it's Ice. Well, you know what I was thinking of was, do you guys remember that movie Teen Witch? I loved that movie back in the day, by the way. Oh, here's Sean. Hey, Sean. Hello, hello, hello. Peter, good to see you today. I was getting worried because you hadn't posted yet. Glad to know you did. Okay. Thank you, Sean. Jordan said, is this a new thumbnail icon? Okay, I didn't understand this when I read this earlier. Or just specific to your vlog channel, and I never noticed. I think you mean like my round thing. That's just for my vlog channel. Zachary said, oh my God, second good Judy. And somebody said, thought I was, but we would both be in a tie, LOL. So that was Sydney. Hey, Sydney. Sydney's so sweet. She's been sending me messages. You guys, I don't want to read some of these that are really personal, but so many of you leave just really, really personal things on here. I screened all this stuff, like the podcast Swindled did a great overview of Anna Called the Socialite. I just like screenshotted that earlier today when I was reading through here. Okay, so let's just talk about this for a second. I just want to say this. I'm not going to share the personal things that you guys share on here, but you guys are so, so sweet in sharing your personal stories with me. That just, you know, the whole idea of I share, then you share is like this huge thing that I don't think people really sometimes realize the power of that, you know, in sharing our personal, that's all we have is our personal stories, you know? And when you open up and you share that with somebody, it's a huge deal. Okay. So I want to read this to make sure I get it right. So this is from Melissa, Stranger Than Fiction. I know that's who it is, but her name is Stranger Than Fiction, but I know it's Melissa. Hey, girl. She said, oh no, Peter Hunt. Okay, I got so many comments about this. She said, a tornado warning means a tornado is on the ground. But other people have said that it could be that it is good conditions for a tornado or that a tornado is spotted. A tornado watch is there is a chance for one to form. And I am from Oklahoma. They call us Tornado Alley. True. We lost our home back in 13 to, oh my God, to a F5. What is going on back here? We were in our cellar and the sounds of the winds in one of the most scariest sounds I've ever heard. Every May, we get up to 50 or more tornado warnings. I'm so grateful for these vlogs, so please don't ever stop. Thank you, Melissa. So I just want to say I was incorrect, okay? So I want to make sure that you guys know that a tornado warning means a tornado is on the ground. And then other people said that it also means, or it's been sighted, I think. And a tornado watch is there's a chance for one to form. But I want to read somebody else that said, oh, this one I don't know what this is about either, but Christy said, hi Peter, I just wondered if you had knowledge of the ads that play on your videos. There is at least one that's pretty ignorant. Just wondered if you knew. Love you, bud. And I'm assuming what they're saying is that it's something that like wouldn't align with my belief system. I have no control over, I have control over like the ad spacing and things like that. I have no control over what actual ads go on my videos. I have no idea. And the reality is this, okay? I know this is going to sound strange to you, but depending on what you choose to watch on YouTube dictates a lot of times what ads you get on your videos. So like, let's say if you watch a lot of movie previews, I keep on saying previews. If you watch a lot of movie previews on your video, on your YouTube, you'll probably more than likely get a movie preview, which was good for me because that's a good ad, right? Versus getting like some kind of the Wix, you know what I mean? Like the how to make your own. Those are kind of pretty basic ads. I know I've had some of those on mine before. Now I don't ask for those ads to be on there. I don't know how they get to be on there. So many people yelling at me about being Cracker Barrel. Okay. So many people shared, like, tornado stories. It's really scary. Tiandra Via, thank you. She said, you're so interesting and love listening while I do things at the home. And yes, by summer. I had so many of my friends today in Indiana post on Instagram things about like buying new hoodies and whatever. I may have bought 2 new pairs of shoes today. Anyway, I believe the restaurant, okay, yes, the Nashville House. Ben Starkey said, I believe the restaurant you were talking about is the Nashville House. I could be wrong though. If you come to Edinburgh, I would love to meet you sometime as I work at the Ralph Lauren store. Okay, Ben, every time I'm in Edinburgh, I go to the Ralph Lauren store. So I can't remember the last time that I was there. Anyway, I come through there every time that I go there. I go there about once every month, actually, and I always go there. But you're correct. It's the Nashville House. It's not the Ordinary. Thank you so much. There was another one on here that I wanted to read. Winchester girl, I'm really sorry to hear about the passing of your grandma. It's really sad. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, the life I was given. Tornado watch is when conditions are right for one. Warning is one has touched the ground. But somebody said something different. Ann Goodman, she's been commenting. You've been commenting a lot on my videos lately, gal. I've seen your face. I'm watching you while we eat dinner. Tonight I make baby back ribs, corn on the cob, and green beans. Do you live at Tanya Jean's house? Because that's the kind of meal that Tanya Jean makes for dinner literally every night. Okay. Oh, the corn is so sweet. P.S. A tornado watch means conditions are favorable for a tornado. A warning means take cover immediately. P.S.S. me screaming at screen. Cracker Barrel! Okay, then Tammy Dealin said, Amy Gooden, you're exactly right. People are saying tornado warning means one has been spotted or has touched down, but that's not true. I used to think that, but learned long ago, a tornado warning does not mean one has touched down. Growing up in the Midwest, I'm originally from Michigan, you get to learn the difference. You know what we're going to do? We're just going to look it up right now, because I don't want you guys fighting. Don't fight! A tornado warning versus watch. And let's get a definition from how about the National Weather Service? We'll get a definition from them. Okay. Tornado watch, be prepared. Tornadoes are possible in and near the watch area. Review and discuss your emergency plans and check supplies in your safe room. Be ready to act quickly if a warning is issued or you suspect a tornado is approaching. Acting early helps to save lives. Watches are issued by the Storm Prediction Center for counties where tornadoes may occur. The watch area is typically large, covering numerous counties or even states. So a watch would be where tornadoes are possible. Tornado warning, take action. A tornado has been sighted or indicated by weather radar. There is imminent danger to life and property. Move to an interior room on the lowest floor, sturdy building. Avoid windows. If in a mobile home, a vehicle, or outdoors, warnings are issued by your local forecast. Warnings typically encompass a much smaller area. So a warning would be if one had sighted or indicated by a weather radar. Now let's pick up one more definition so we can all fight over this. The difference between a tornado watch and tornado warning means the difference between taking action or taking precautions. Oh, okay. Oh, the battery's gonna die. Hold on a second. You guys, my battery is at home charging, and it is 5:05 a.m. and I'm not gonna go home and get it and come back out. So I'm gonna end the vlog here. I can't believe it. I wanted to do a long vlog tonight, but or a longer vlog than usual. Or not usual, but a longer vlog than I did last night. It says, a watch means that conditions are favorable for a tornado to occur. A warning means that a tornado has been seen or picked up by radar. So it could be picked up by radar. So anyway, I don't know, fight amongst yourselves. Anyway, I am sorry, you guys. I can't believe I left the battery at home. It's sitting in the charger. I meant to grab it as soon as I left, and I didn't. That really makes me upset. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a fantastic Friday. I'm excited to show you my weekend. It's going to be a really fun weekend with Scary Movie Festival, Horror Hound Festival, and I hope you guys are having a great Friday unless you have other plans. But like I always say, do not have other plans. Do something really fun today. Make the most of your day. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Make sure that you look at yourself in the mirror every single day and say, I love you, and that you pass it on to somebody else and you let them know how much that you love them, because that's important, because not everybody gets to hear it. And Lucy, I will answer your question about going to reunions, because this is funny. I'm so glad that Lucy brought this up, because somebody just posted on my Facebook today, are we having a reunion or not? Because I'm part of this group. And they're like, are we having a reunion? Because it'd be nice to start planning for some of it. And I commented and said, Romy and Michelle would be shook. I'm down, or I'm there, right? So I'm hoping that we'll have a reunion. But I have told part of this story on here. I did go to my 20 year with my good friend of mine and Alex, and I was so openly loved, and just so many people apologized and made amends to me for their behavior to me in high school. People that I didn't even know were mean to me in high school. And I had such a great experience that, you know, what I really realized was that I believe that love, forgiveness, kindness, you know, compassion is how we work through issues like that today. I don't want to be angry at somebody that hurt me a year ago, 30 years ago, whatever. Like, for me, I'm the one that suffers as a result. I can't believe the battery has not died yet. It's like flashing at me. But we're the ones that suffer as a result by holding on to resentment, grudges, you know, anger and pain. And I don't want to do that. So if I go to the reunion, I will go with open and loving arms. And there's only like 1 or 2 or 3 people that I remember from high school anyway. And one of them, who was my biggest bully that orchestrated all of it, he and I have made up and we have sat down. And I've actually told that story on here quite a few times. So, and I also did a whole entire video about it on my main channel. So anyway, but thank you, Lucy, for bringing up that question. It's a good question. And I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.